The Financial Expert. Okay, this was the novel and it was written by an Indo-Anglian writer R.K.Narayan. Now in brief, today I am going to give you an introduction of this novel, The Financial Expert. The very first heading, if in the examination you are asked, write down a short note or write an essay or just give an introduction of the financial expert, so all these headings can be taken. The very first you may have the financial expert, that is actually R.K. Narayan is the, in this way you can start your answer that R.K. Narayan is the novelist or the writer of this novel, The Financial Expert. And before writing this novel, okay, before writing this, this is a very famous novel, very well known novel, and before writing this novel, Narayan had already written 5 novels. So we can say that because he had already written 5 novels, so The Financial Expert is the 6th one. Okay, this novel is the 6th one, most important thing, and it was published in which year? It was published in 1952. Then the second one is the most original novel. The Financial Expert is, it is the most original novel because likely it is to survive as one of the most original piece of fiction. Why we say, no doubt it is a classic in Indo-Anglian fiction also, and we can just make a compare of this novel with Greek drama, because Greek drama always carry 5 acts, and this novel, though it is a novel, not a drama, but in spite of that, R.K. Narayan, he has divided this novel into 5 parts, right? Means The Financial Expert, this novel, it has also 5 parts, just like a drama, and in its tragedy, it can be compared, or it reminds us of Thomas Hardy in its tragedy, and if we talk of its comedy, it always reminds of Charles Dickens. So no doubt that this, The Financial Expert, this is the most original novel, and the theme, the plot, the characters of this novel are also very unique. Now the third one is Margaya. Okay, Margaya is the main character or persona of this novel, and we can call him that he is the hero. He is the hero of this novel. The story of this novel, The Financial Expert, it takes place actually in the town of Malgudi. Right, Malgudi is an imaginary town that has been created by R.K. Narayan. So in most of the novels of R.K. Narayan, you will find this imaginary town named Malgudi. So here also the same, we find this place, and actually Malgudi is a town of South India, right? So because Malgudi is concerned with South India, so who is Margaya? So Margaya is also a character who is a South Indian character, and he is the hero. So the whole story, the whole plot of this novel, The Financial Expert, it actually revolves around Margaya. And what does it mean when we focus our attention on the name of the hero, the name of this main persona, Margaya? Okay, Margaya, that is, Margaya means one who shows the way, one who shows the path. And actually the name of this hero was not Margaya. The original or the actual name of the hero was Krishna. So in this way you can mention here, writing about Margaya, that Margaya is the hero of the novel, and his original name was Krishna, and he was a South Indian. So now no doubt, because Margaya is the hero, so the title of this novel is The Financial Expert. And who is this financial, who is this expert who deals in finances? So the financial expert is here, no one else, it is the hero of this novel, it is Margaya himself. So this is also a very important heading, that is the hero of this novel is himself, he is the financial expert. Okay, and this is why that the novel it has also been named after Margaya. So that is the financial expert. So Margaya is the hero, right? And the ups and downs of his life, fortune, his experience, that is sweet or bitter, all all actually go into the making of the story or the plot of this novel. So this character is very important, and throughout the novel we come to know his different kinds of experiences, what he felt, what he liked or disliked or hated, and what kind of behavior or temperament he had. So we come to know each and everything related to this main character, that is Margaya, means other characters are related to this main character, right? So now the fifth one is we cannot ignore even Dr. Paul. After Margaya, this is why that I have taken this heading Dr. Paul. Who is Dr. Paul? Dr. Paul is the author of Bad Life, right? Dr. Paul is a journalist, he is also a socialist and a correspondent also. He is actually the author or the writer of Bad Life. And this his book, it was later published not under this title, but it was published under the title of Domestic Harmony, right? So now the next heading we can have Balu. Balu, the character of Balu. Balu is another important character of this novel, because Balu is actually Margaya's only son. Okay, Balu is Margaya's only son, and he is something immature, or we can say that his progress from childhood, his childhood had been very bright, but when he turned to manhood, that had been spoiled, frustrated manhood. So that kind of episode in which Balu he turned from a child to man, that episode was very sad episode, very tragic episode, and Narayan he had written in detail about Balu also, just like a son, like a husband, and all the dreams, all the desires of his father. Okay, as a typical Indian father always dreams of their of his son. So here Balu has been mentioned very well, and there is a very beautiful description of this character portrayed by R.K. Narayan. That is also very realistic character, and we can find such characters like Margaya, like Balu around us easily. And the seventh one is Meenakshi. Meenakshi is Margaya's wife, means she is the mother of Balu, and she is also just like Margaya, just like Balu. She is also a very typical Indian woman, a typical Indian wife, a typical Indian mother, and means when I say that she has been portrayed just like a typical Indian mother or typical Indian wife, why? Because just like any Indian woman, any Indian mother or wife, her home, when we say that Meenakshi is a very typical woman, a typical mother, a typical wife, because like any other Indian woman, for her husband is everything, her son is everything, and even her home, means she always focuses only her complete attention on her husband, on her son, on her home, and she regards that her main duty is only to look after a son and the husband. Then the next one is Brinda. Okay, Brinda, she is the wife of Balu, and Brinda actually she is also the daughter of a wealthy man, and only because of her wealth, Margaya preferred to marry her with his son Balu. So now all these characters, Margaya, Dr. Pal, Balu, Meenakshi, Brinda, all these are actually the total characters of this novel are only these five: Margaya, Dr. Paul, Balu, Meenakshi and Brinda. All these are very major characters, and all these characters derive our attention, and they also derive their importance from their relationship with Margaya, right. So now the ninth one is blend. Blend of irony and pathos. Okay, this novel, The Financial Expert, it is essentially it is a comedy, blend of irony and pathos. It is a comedy, but there is also a mixture of both irony and pathos. Actually, R.K.Narayan, he preferred to write a very realistic novel. Okay, that all the readers or the audience they may connect themselves with the characters. And R.K.Narayan, like other realistic writers, he also believed in the life's reality, that life is not only full of tears or only full of laughter, but life is in reality, it is a mixture of both, right. We laugh, we cry, and there is also a comedy, there is also a tragedy in our life. So this is why that we find in the life of especially in the life of Margaya or in the life of other characters, that there is a mixture of joys and sorrows. So in this novel we find a blend of irony and pathos. So now the main theme of this novel is, that is money. The whole novel, the plot or the main theme, that is only money. This is we can say that another character, okay, after all those major characters, this can be assumed to be also a main character of this novel, because the role of money, okay, in the examination, this is why that this question always is asked, that write down the role of money in The Financial Expert. And through the theme, through the plot of this novel, R.K. Narayan has described very well what is the role of money in the life of a common man, in the life of an ordinary man, and he has got a lot of success presenting the role of money, that money is everything, money is all in all, and if one has no money, then there is no difference between an animal and a man. Then we come to the last one, that is a universal theme. The universal theme, of course, that is money, because we all know the importance of money in our life, though how much role it plays in the lives of others. A universal theme and character, also a universal character, whether it is Meenakshi or it is Balu or Margaya especially. So we can say that Margaya is a very universal character, or the theme of this novel is also universal theme. Actually, this novel depicts both vices, virtues of a man. Okay, R.K. Narayan believed that there is no man in the whole world who is perfect or who has got perfection. It is only God who can be called perfect. And this is why that he has presented, he has described the vices or the virtues of his all characters. And this is why that the vices and the virtues that always go into the making of human character. And actually, if we remind the character of Margaya, the hero of this novel, and he is a type which should have taken place long ago in world literature, because Margaya exists everywhere. If we go through deeply the character of Margaya, we come to know that such person like Margaya can be found everywhere, and it is not difficult to just observe the character of Margaya and to connect ourselves with him, because as a father, as a husband, as a father-in-law, he has been described very realistically. Margaya, actually the sad ambitions, absurd financial expert, he is the most engaging of in an unforgettable character. Okay, he casts an indelible impression on his readers,